Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good afternoon. It's been a long time, guys. It's been a very long time. How are you? How's everybody? Okay, let me cut to the chase. Okay. It's like 2-3 days back. 2-3 days back, I've been. I watch a. Somehow I came across a post, and that post was about that there was a link from a digital website. There was a guy who's shooting the portrait using 500 millimeter f4 Sigma lens. That lens is good. It was really good. So the guy was taking portraits, and somebody shared the link, and a professional photographer commented on that link that what's the point of using longer focal length, because it will make model fat, like it makes model looks fat. Walaikum salam, Eid Mubarak to you, Shazib. How are you? So coming back to the point, when I saw that comment, and it really hits me, like without checking who posting what kind of experience that guy has, I just straight jump on the post, and I start. Of course, I start questioning, like, what makes you think that using a longer focal length make anybody looks fat? Now here is the thing, and I want you to just. I have posted like several links on this on that post, like proving this point that looking fat has nothing to do with longer focal length. If I am fat, okay, so it doesn't need. If I'm look fat, so I will be looking fat regardless the focal length. That was my whole point. Like focal length, higher focal length has nothing to do with your facial features. If you are fat, your face is chubby, you will look chubby regardless the focal length. If your face is slim, you will look slim regardless the focal length. That was the whole idea. But the guy was trying to jump in and trying to defend his point and saying that he's a professional photographer. I don't want to go into the details, but the end point is there is another photojournalist, a true photojournalist, who has a very vast experience photography from the field, named Ahmad Ramzan. He's from Dubai. He works in Gulf News, and he said a very beautiful thing. And he said that if the person looks fat using a higher focal length, like 500 millimeter, 400 millimeter lengths, so it means that all the player in the football field, in the cricket field, which we are shooting with 500 millimeter, 600 millimeter lens, they all would look fat. All the athletes in the Olympics or in football or in cricket, they all look fat. If that lens, if the focal length has anything to do with looking fat. And his point is so spot on, because that shows a personal true experience. Like, this is what I was talking into the field, that I was talking that the guy who said that the person looks fat, that shows that he is lacking with the experience. And Ahmad Ramzan, who was supporting that fact, that who was supporting my point that the person doesn't look fat, because focal length has nothing to do with it, because he has the experience. So experience play a vital role in when it comes to claiming any point. So that was the whole idea. That was the whole idea. I have shoot Shazam with 400 millimeter, and I shot models, and I have shot full length portraits and only half body portraits, even headshots with 400 millimeter, and I have no experience, and I didn't even notice that a person looked fat at 400 millimeter or 500 millimeter. I never experienced it. If the person face is fat, I look fat, like this or this or this. If I am fat, I will appear fat. This is the simple thing. Now, those are the people who think that a person look fat at higher focal length is because they are shooting aunties. Okay, let me be very honest. They are shooting aunties of into the wedding who always come and say, "See, I have double chin. Please reduce this. I have chubby cheese. Please, reduce this." Those people have. If you're shooting those people, for sure you will look into that feature. So you will very much care about not to shoot such people with longer focal length, because that longer focal length basically flatten your facial features. Flatten the facial features is not looking fat. Okay, so yes, exactly. If you're shooting those aunties into the wedding, which you often do, so of course those aunties will come to you. Oh, I'm looking fat. Please reduce from here, from here, blah blah blah. Which is, I don't want to go into the details, but this is the fact. So ultimately, you will comes into the impression that it means that I don't have to shoot at 500 millimeter because it will look them fat. Of course, it will look them fat because they are fat. Their face is chubby, so it will appear chubby. What longer focal length does, that it flattens the image. It literally flattens the image. So it basically, let me put it this way. It basically iron the whole image and make it flat. So whatever you are having is going to have, but it has nothing to do by looking fat. So that was the whole idea. So that's my experience, and I am sharing with you guys. I have shared on that post as well the model that I shoot, Habibullah Qureshi, and Habib basically shared last 2 days. He's sharing the images that I took at 400 millimeter, and whoever knows Habibullah Qureshi can check his profile and even his Instagram page. He posted that, and let me know if you think that the guy looks fat, because I shot him with 400 millimeters. And well, like I said, Ahmad Ramzan said it beautifully that if longer focal length makes people fat, then all the players in the Olympics or in hockey or in football or in cricket ground, they all would look fat. So that was the whole idea. So I hope you guys have learned from this video something, and spread the right knowledge, because correct information is what I always do, and I will keep doing this thing regardless. Whoever the professional photographer who has like 300 400 likes 300 400,000 likes at his page, and if he's sharing information wrong, I don't care. What is right has to be spread. It doesn't matter if shared by me or any young person as a photographer, and who is practicing a wrong information for a very long time, and he needs to correct himself. I'm sorry, but that's a fact. I'm not pointing anybody over here in this video, but whoever the professionals who are thousands of hundreds of thousands of followers, if they are practicing wrong theory and they are spreading wrong information, then they need to correct themselves, because they are multiplying wrong information to their followers. If one person is wrong and hundreds of thousands of people following him, so it means that whatever he is saying, and if he is saying wrong, so people are also going to learn from him a wrong information that needs to be correct. So my humble request to you all, before you just blindly follow any professional photographer input or any advice, please try to verify it by yourself and then follow. Please, needs to be done, because a lot of incorrect information is spread in our photography community, and all of those information needs to be corrected. So that was my point, and I hope you got it. I just had my lunch and now I'm going back to work, so I had like few minutes, so I thought, okay, let me share with you all. some quick input because it's been a very long time I didn't do any live session, so I thought, okay, let's do it. I hope I'll see you guys soon and catch you later. Bye.